In a tense meeting, Owl pounds his fist on the table, joined by Crime Master Mr. Negative and others. Shang-Chi, representing the Five Weapon Society, is also there. They seek opportunities in New York and are willing to ask nicely at least once. The gangsters argue about territory, a clear indication that a gang war is imminent. Hammerhead joins the discussion, revealing his awareness of secret partnerships among the others, raising suspicions about the timing of Madame Mask's incapacitation. Funny how the boogeymen always live in Harlem, huh? Quit daydreaming before you mess up your bed. I don't have time for Red Hook. Madame Mask is dead, and I've got plans for her territory. Anyone got something to say about that? Says Diamondback as he points at the financial district. Hail Hydra, says Hammerhead. That's what your new friends say, ain't it? Or did you think your little partnership flew under my radar? Pretty suspicious, Madame Mask getting off just in time for you to expand. You better hope her pops don't share those same suspicions, says Hammerhead. Diamondback says that Count Nefaria knows he would never make a move like that, and that he plays fair. In that spirit, Diamondback is giving up his claim to Tombstone's spot. Misty Knight insists on an answer, emphasizing that it's long overdue since Tombstone's offer at his daughter's wedding. Hammerhead drops a bombshell, revealing that Mariah is on life support at Harlem Hospital Center, creating uncertainty that could harm their collective business, and it's time to make a decision. Suddenly, White Rabbit enters the room, declaring she's late and ready for a dark and smoky date. With her comes Janice. When asked why they're here, White Rabbit tells Hammerhead that he looks like he put his head in an ashtray. Hammerhead questions why White Rabbit isn't looking after Tombstone's girl, but Janice interjects, stating that she is. Hammerhead argues that Janice has no business here since her father's seat is currently empty. Janice confidently declares she'll fix that problem as she sits in the seat. Misty Knight doesn't allow it, stating everyone here earns their spot. Janice refuses to let others take over her father's territory. Hammerhead recalls Janice inviting him to her wedding where he met what's-her-name. Janice, annoyed, refuses to discuss her personal life. Hammerhead reveals someone is trying to legalize superheroes in NYC again, and they need to stop them. To secure her seat, Janice must kill Randy Robertson. Speechless, Janice is told not to let the door hit her on the way out. Abruptly, she asks for 24 hours, warning no one to touch her seat while she's gone. Meanwhile, Spider-Man urges Slide to give up as he chases him. Slide, however, refuses to stop, wanting to have fun. Spider-Man questions if Slide has nothing better to do than waste the Spider-Man's time. Slide is confused about Spider-Man, and suddenly another voice chimes in. It's Miles Morales. Slide is taken aback, but Miles surprises him by creating a sword out of his webs, causing Slide to crash to the ground. Dang, so you can do a sword now. Guess a lot's changed since I've been gone, huh? Says Peter. Yeah, man, it really has. I guess that's what happens when you ghost folks, replies Miles. Hey, wait a minute, says Peter. Nah, I'm gonna do the talking right now. You had plenty of time to reach out and never did, says Miles. Come on, it wasn't that simple, says Peter. Yeah, it really was. You're not the only person going through things, man. It would have been nice to... Look, I wasn't trying to do this. Running into you should have been nice, but man, you have made being your friend really difficult, my guy, says Miles. If I had a nickel for every time I've heard, says Peter, but Miles interrupts. What is this, Pete? Be for real. You left us for 6 months, man. You left me. I had to step up to be the Spider-Man you apparently were too busy to be, Pete. And it sucked. Really sucked. I needed you, man, and you just disappeared, bro, expresses Miles. I'm sorry. I let you down. Been making a habit of saying that a lot these past weeks, but it's true, says Peter. Yeah, well, don't apologize to me. It's the folks of the city who will have to pay, says Miles. You know how I know? Because I spent all afternoon with Misty Knight, Mayor Cage, and Randy Robertson trying to make it legal for us to protect this city again, says Miles. They tried to reach out a few times, but I kinda blew them off. Another thing I'm not exactly proud of, says Peter. Yeah, 'cause you shouldn't be. I can't believe I'm the one who's got to remind you of this, but it seems like you forgot. With great power, there must also come great responsibility. Feels like you could do well to remember that, says Miles. Man, I haven't had my butt kicked like that in a while. Thanks, Miles. Spider-Man, you're absolutely right, says Peter. Word. if you want me, you know where to find me, says Miles as he spiderwebs his way away. At the Grace Mansion, the mayor talks on the phone to Randy, appreciating everything Randy has been doing to nudge public sentiment against Fisk's law. However, none of it means a thing if they can't force a vote. Randy was afraid the mayor was going to say this. Randy is about to talk to a group of repeal supporters and wants to give them some hope. The mayor tells Randy to tell them to keep faith. While Randy is addressing the supporters, there's a ruckus, and the mayor asks Randy how many supporters there are. I don't know, all of them, says Randy as he looks down at the crowd from his window. As Hammerhead's car moves through the crowd, he observes people who truly want their heroes back. Hammerhead is determined to do what he always does, find the one making the most noise. The people protesting are brave because they don't think bravery has a cost, and Hammerhead's job is to show them they're wrong. Meanwhile, as Randy walks down a flight of stairs, someone calls his name. "You're done, Randy," says the person. "Janice?" asks Randy. "No, not tonight," says Beetle. She tells Randy to stay out of this. Randy asks Janice if she came to scare him, saying he ran out of fear after watching his parents dodge bullets at his wedding. Suddenly, Janice starts choking Randy. Poor little Randy. "I almost married a thug, a murderer like my father. Is that what you think I am?" yells Beetle as she tightens her grip on Randy's neck. "I don't, but I bet whoever sent you does," says Randy as he tries to loosen Beetle's grasp. Meanwhile, in the car, Hammerhead's girlfriend tells him that it's not right to ask Janice to kill her own boyfriend. Hammerhead disagrees, saying it takes a cold, cold soul to do that. He's sure Janice won't kill him. She may think she's a killer, but Hammerhead knows she's not. And now, she does too. As Janice cries, she tells Randy to go live and leave the state. Suddenly, some men arrive to assassinate Randy. As they release their bullets on Randy, he uses his body to protect Janice. Meanwhile, Spider-Man meets the mayor and calls him Luke. Spider-Man wants to talk about Randy. The mayor is surprised. No one had told Spidey about Randy being shot. The scene shifts to Mr. Robertson sitting beside a sick person on a hospital bed. A nurse alerts Mr. Robertson about his son who got shot. As Randy gets rushed into a hospital room, Janice cries that she didn't want this to happen. Mr. Robertson tells her to get the hell away from his son. Meanwhile, in a room, Hammerhead's girlfriend expresses her dislike for Hammerhead having Randy shot, but Hammerhead doesn't care. He grabs onto her hand, asking if she's scared, and throws her on the ground. What matters to Hammerhead right now is that his girlfriend is on the ground, and he isn't concerned because he's exactly as mean as he needs to be. That's why he's in charge of the Room of Psychos, a room full of killers who want nothing more than to kill each other. The thing is, Hammerhead is the reason they want to face each other in the first place. As he keeps blabbing on, the lady slams his head using a metal pipe. Janice walks in on this and realizes that Hammerhead's girlfriend is Madame Mask. "That's right," says Madame, but Hammerhead didn't know this. He told her everything about the blood feud he'd stoked, turning every gang and alliance into hatred. He set them all up, and now it's time for Madame Mask to knock them down. However, Janice doesn't care about that. She only cares that Hammerhead had Randy shot. "Oh, child, you're about to care very, very much," says Madame Mask. Madame Mask tells Janice exactly what's going to happen. Word will spread that Hammerhead is gone, and no one's territory will be safe. The treaties he held together will fall, and moves will be made seemingly out of fear. But don't be fooled. It's greed. Opportunities for expansion will rise, and opportunities bring more opportunities. Janice is too young to remember the last land grab, but it's thrilling. Watching the sharks come out, everyone with a claim, past or present, wants war, and Madame Mask will give them just that. She will give them so much they won't even notice when Mask starts to take. At the McCarthy Medical Institute, Mr. Robertson sits by his son's wounded body. Suddenly, Spider-Man arrives, not knowing what to say. "You shouldn't be here. You should be out there." That's what he was fighting for. He was so convinced you all did more good than harm. "Now I'm not so sure," says Mr. Robertson as he cries while holding his son's hand. Maybe I'm not either," says Spider-Man. No, No, you don't get to do that. He got shot for what he believed in, and that's a tragedy, but I know this better than anyone. It's also a story he might die for. Don't you dare waste it. You get out there and show them he was right. Get out there and catch the people who did this, says Mr. Robertson to Spider-Man as he cries. Understood, says Spider-Man, when suddenly a loud boom catches their attention. Spider-Man looks out the window, confused. Someone is attacking New York. It's not just someone, but everyone. It's war. Janice warns Lady Mask that if anyone touches Harlem, she will destroy them. Mask tells her to hurry there as the people have started to attack, and Janice leaves. Mask calls Shotgun and gives him the cue. The mayor is aware that the whole city is a hot zone right now, and they don't have enough manpower at this moment. Spider-Man arrives and tells the mayor that he doesn't want distractions while saving the people. The mayor reassures him that the police won't get involved, but Spider-Man says that he needs a team. And just like that, the gang war begins.